Mandarin Monkey 广播时间。
Why, hello there, and welcome back to the Mandarin Monkey Podcast, episode 275.
第275集。
对啊，今天我们没有guests，但是我们有很好的topics of conversation.
Yeah.
You don't believe me? 相信我吗？不相信我吗？
我在等你要说什么啊？我在等你。
I've got a load to say, but do we have some interesting topics of conversation? 我们不知道 until we get there.
对，真的。
Usually you should make notes. I feel like you should, like one should make notes. Do you remember we used to with the Mandarin Monkey Podcast when we first started out? I remember that you were quite worried.
对啊。
About我们的主题我们会说什么？我们的主题是什么？我们的对话是什么？
对。
And we used to plan, didn't we? We used to have a 计划 and write it all down on a piece of paper and say.
对。
Oh, okay.
要讲什么？要讲什么？
今天我们会聊什么？ And it would be I don't know 我不知道 I don't know 科学 or it would be like 蛇的反屁 or whatever. And then we'd refer to it on the way. And then at some point 我忘记了问什么时候，但是我们 decided 我们决定了 that we would start 我们会开始 just not bothering and then just chat and it would just be free flow, right?
因为我们的 list 就越来越小
Yeah.
到只有 one line 只有一行就是什么thanks patron, that's it.
Yeah. 谢谢你们。
就是名单，我们需要名单，需要这些人的名字 and that's it. 就是我们。
But when was that? 那是什么时候？ Was it like around about the time where we stuffed 100 pieces of gum in our mouth at like the 100 episode or whatever?
Before.
Was it before 100?
应该是吧，因为那时候我真的是完全没有，就是 zero experience 在相机，在麦克风前面要聊天，要说话，所以我很紧张，而且我也不知道什么是 podcast， 什么是广播，然后我要干嘛，我要说什么，你们想听什么，就是我都不知道。
对。
但是你就说 okay, just go free。然后我就会觉得 guilty， 就是我没有一个目标，我会觉得很奇怪。就是我需要一个目标。
Yeah.
但是后来就是到50几集了吧，我们就开始觉得，就是讲生活就好了，聊聊天就好了。我还记得那时候我们还有把我们一整本的 The Whole Free Ebook.
Yeah, I remember. Oh, remember. Yeah.
我们还把它当做那个 podcast 的。
但是我不知道如果就是广播的 episode， 我想这是 like 很 like 特别的广播。
它在我们广播里面啊。
Yeah, but it's not like an episode number. We didn't number them out. I think we just put them as live streams or something because we were on YouTube. 对 ，live stream. 对，反正那时候就觉得好可爱哦。就是很像小朋友在学东西，就是慢慢你可以看到进步。你可以看到就是我们的从一个桌子，然后2个椅子，我们还坐在那个沙发上，记得吗？我的麦克风是在沙发上，是在 in the middle of us。然后我们就坐在沙发上这样聊天。然后那时候还是小朋友，就是 Carrie、Mason 睡觉的时候，他们要睡觉的时候，我们才可以錄影。Yeah, crazy, right?
对啊。
Had to juggle kids, and many people who start listening to this don't realize that. Obviously, we run a Mandarin learning community and teaching platform. Obviously, we have private lessons, all that kind of stuff, but also a community and various activities that we do across the board now, and now apps as well. But whilst sort of doing that and whilst building this up, had to manage being parents of at that time 2, but now 3. And everything else is 很有趣的。
对啊，很有挑战性的生活。
对啊， but I want to say actually straight off the bat before we get into the deep, like 很深的问题 that你准备了。The really 很深的 I mean, and the question that she's got written down here is deep. So we'll get to you in just a minute.
你很烦，
不要压力，
不要给我球，不要给我这颗球。
So no, seriously. I want to say well done to Adam. I want to say well done to Adam for jumping in. Now, Adam has made the decision, taking it upon himself to go, hey, do you know what? I'm ready. For what is he ready for?
密集课
For the 密集课
没错
For the Mandarin Monkey Intensive course, right? 22 hours of relentless Mandarin practice, 功课 homework, presentations at the end, where you're going to present your finding stuff. Now, you know, I think we've got so far 11, 12 5-star reviews for people who've taken the Mandarin Monkey intensive course. And while on the grander scheme of things, 11 or 12 5-star reviews doesn't sound amazing, as it doesn't sound like 10,000. We've got 10,000 reviews. We will do when 10,000 people take it, because anyone who does take it will give it a 5-star review.
Yeah, 这是真的.
So, and everyone have benefited from it. Actually, a lot of people have said that they'd like to do it again and again. If it was realistic and, you know, affordable to do so, like the super rich would have a great time doing Amizika back to back to back to back to back. And you'd really improve real quick, but you'd need to, you know what I mean? Because you have to be on it for those 2 weeks. It's crazy. But Adam, you've jumped in. Well done. And also, 加油.
对，你可以.
Yeah, and we're going to see your presentation as well. So what I'm going to do soon is I'm going to gather some permission from some of the people who have already done the Mijika,
没错.
the intensive course, and I'm going to edit some of the bits from their final presentations and stick it on YouTube, and just so that you guys can see what happens at the end of a Mijika and sort of see how they felt about it. I also wanted to say to Mia, well done from jumping up from a hangout tier from in the Mandarin Monkey community up to 4 lessons a month. Well done for making the jump. And it's awesome to see that you're, you know, starting to think, you know what I mean? Because you take it seriously at some point, don't you? You think, right, I need to take this language. Like Ragnar Lothbrok has kind of made that decision, I think. You know, he had 2 back-to-back lessons with you, like 2个小时, 对不对? The other day he said, right, I'm going to do this, and I've got these goals, and this is my target, and I'm going to learn this many words, and I'm going to do this many hours of study. I'm going to listen to like 中文的音乐。
他已经都有自己的计划了，就是我每天要做什么，然后我1个礼拜 at least 要做了什么，然后我的目标是什么，他都已经
listed it out，
写下来，然后就是你知道跟我们的 WhatsApp group 的好朋友们一起 share 他的目标，让大家看到他的动力，我觉得这个是很 inspirational.
Yeah.
谢谢。
对。Yeah, and it really, really is. And I said that in the WhatsApp group as well. It's like it's admirable to do it. And so awesome, Ragnar as well. So he's stepping up as well and committing to a bunch of lessons all the time. And you kind of need to make that decision. 你需要决定那个你的选择. You need to choose. Right, I'm going to do this now. So I mean, like, this is the year now. I'm going to take it properly seriously and just knuckle down and do, you know, a hell of a lot and invest. But it's up to you. So well done, Mia, for doing that as well. And also Ashley for rejoining. Ashley rejoined. She was already a member and doing lessons, but she rejoined the join. So thanks, Ashley, for rejoining the join. I appreciate it. Also, I want to say a couple of other things, if you don't mind me waffling on. 可以吗？
可以啊，你说。
We submitted the Mandarin Monkey Podcast app. No, it doesn't make me 吐，我不要吐。但是这是很好的 APP。
对。
为什么你问我？我会告诉你。
为什么呢？
谢谢。
为什么
？Because
我帮他们问。
Okay, 谢谢。
为什么 Tom?
Because well, for multiple reasons.
是什么
？One of them is we're moving the stories that we used to do on the normal Guanbo over to the podcast.
对。
Exclusively to the podcast.
对。
But these stories a little bit 不一样。
比较不一样，就是以前我们的故事都是比较是 about our life， 我们的生活。就是最近做了什么，最近我们去了哪里，或者是最近台湾发生什么事情，我们都会把它们写在我们的 stories 里面。那现在我们 podcast app 的 story 呢，是比较属于那种用动物的故事来讲 moral，
但是他们有 morals， 对不对？
对，他们是有 moral meaning， 所以就是比较，我不会说很难，但是会是必须要有一点 foundation。对，那你会学到非常多来 very lifestyle 的 vocabulary 的单字，然后你也会听到非常 来故事 style 的中文，因为其实像 conversational 的中文跟故事的中文一定会有不一样。像你不会说 once upon a time， 在日常生活中 in life 你不会说到这句话，对，但是在故事里面你就会很常听到很久很久以前，然后 blah 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 blah， 所以就是会有这种很故事 style 的中文在里面，但是也不会 lost the usefulness。
对，
这样对。
Yeah. But so we're moving them.
对。
In that style over to the podcast app as part of the exclusive audio.
没错。
And inside the app as well, you'll have the vocab list.
没错。
So that's all available for users there too. And you get the breakdown in simplified, in traditional, and in pinyin, and obviously English as well on little tabs inside the little scroll up thing. Ooh. I mean, it's pretty smart if I don't say so myself, even though I half built it as well. So, yeah, it's also so that's all that the stories are moving over. So that's one thing I wanted to say, but that's been submitted, and I know there was an error. I used the word Android on one of the pages in the app, so the Apple store rejected it and said, we need to take out the word Android in one of the descriptions. Because you can't mention third party. So it's a 科技的
他们好厉害哦，他们居然找到了。
No, they're nitpicking. They're really picky about little things that you have to have in your app very specifically. Do you know what I mean? Certain privacy policies and all this kind of stuff. But one of them is that you can't, mention the competitor.
当然啊，对啊，当然啊。So, I mean, I get that. 我懂那个感觉，对。
Anyway, so it was rejected this morning, so we're going to resubmit again. So hopefully it'll be out over the next few days. I'm not sure if they check over the weekend, I don't know, but maybe next week the podcast app will be out, which means you can search for the Mandarin Monkey Podcast in the App Store and on the Android Google Play Store, and it'll be there. The stories aren't just the only thing, by the way. There's also Eula and Irene, her longtime friend from Taiwan, also a Taiwan Ren, have like a best friend from Taiwan, have come together to do another sort of podcast. Pure Mandarin, obviously. 他们都会用中文，只有中文，对，而已 the whole time. 对。And
我 Eula。
你是谁？
我是 Eula. You point at me.
So Eula, no, I was just trying to think of the name of your podcast.
是叫做闺蜜聊天室。
There you go, yeah.
闺蜜的意思就是很 bestie， 就是 sisters.
And it's like a chat, sister chat.
对 ，sister chat，对，没错。所以你会听到很多，就是我跟我的朋友会聊天用的中文。对啊，就是什么，我不知道有没有 slang， 但是we try to keep it simple.
Yeah, as simple as possible.
但是还是很 natural， 就是非常的自然。
But you're going to get the pure Mandarin all the way through episodes. So sometimes when you feel like breaking off the Chinglish and breaking into pure Mandarin, you can. By going to that. So again, that's exclusive audio. Also, we have specials where I get to swear. And we get to talk about slang, swearing in Dongwon, all these kind of things that you can't really talk about. 对. We don't want to talk about in the normal one because kids might listen.
对. So 我们会放一些那个 restriction 在里面，对不对？
Yeah, well, there's a marker that says explicit content.
对。
Yeah. So don't worry, parents out there who listen to the Mandarin Monkey Podcast, like Nancy, for example, who we had on she was a guest last week. 对. We had on the podcast. If you have kids in the car and they're listening,
要小心。
It will say explicit on the thing just in case. So yeah.
就是在只有你一个人的时候听就好了。对啊，我记得那个 special 很好玩，我很喜欢。
They're fun.
对，所以我们可能会再录 Part 2 第二集。
Yeah.
对不对？
We've just done the one slang one at the moment, which is like an hour long, and then with Darian actually, and then so we did American English, like British English, and
美国英文还有中文，
and 中文的 slang，
台湾中文。
Yeah, and we will try to guess each other's slang. 对啊。I found the American one was way easier.
有吗？
Yeah, because we don't.
好啦，但是对啦，就是对我来说不会，但对你来说当然，因为你都知道是什么字，然后你会有一个 hint 把它们放在一起，就差不多是那个意思。
是，但是他听不懂我的。like 英国的，对，可是因为我们会用那个Cockney rhyming slang, like give us a tinkle on the blower. I'll give you a tinkle on the blower, yeah, John. All right, John, cheers.
因为 tinkle 它没有 meaning 啊。
You got it before she did, I think.
Blower 也没有 meaning 啊。可是你因为有给我，
blower, yeah.
你给我一些提示，所以我大概知道是什么。
对，但是 I think some London 的 like Cockney rhyming slang 没有提示 like there's no 没有提示在那个组织里 like yeah blower tinkle
什么东西对
I'll give you a tinkle
yeah
blower like give me a bell do you know what give me a bell means give me a bell
remind me 是不是
no
打电话也是打电话呀
yeah give me a bell
bell 也是打电话的意思
Give me a bell, yeah? I tell you what, I'll give you a bell, yeah? Yeah.
你们有那个 morning call 吗？就是记得给我 morning call 哦。
No, that's not. I mean, that is a saying.
是吗？这也是。
In a 饭馆，他们会给你
morning call.
Well, like their wake up call, won't they? Give you a wake up call.
因为我们在台湾都叫 morning call.
Oh, really?
对啊，就是很 literal. It's not like 我们不是 learn it from books, textbook or teacher 就是我们自己 create 一个 phrase 是 morning call 所以我会
That's real language 就是真的语言对不对 Well no I'm saying it is in language like you make that stuff up and it becomes part of the language so it's like 就是真的语言
没错
Anyway, the specials are going up on the on exclusive audio as well on the podcast. So, but you will be able to listen to these episodes, the normal podcast on the app as well. It works the same as kind of Spotify would. You can close your phone and listen to it in your earphones and whatever you want to do. But also you can, if you choose to, get access to the exclusive audio behind the scenes and then obviously the transcripts and stuff for the stories.
好棒
So, there's some benefits. There's some benefits for downloading the app and having a look. The app's free. The exclusive audio is not. It is locked. But there's a 7-day free trial, so you can have a look and see what you think before you try before you buy sort of thing. If you want to. And then I think it's worth it because we update every week. So for give you a good example, right after this podcast, we're going to be recording another story for the podcast app. Which you prepared last night.
对
actually.
昨天晚上
All prepared, all of the stuff. So we're going to be recording that. And we do an English and Zhongwen version, a completely Zhongwen version.
还有 like 就是我们会以来聊天的方式 talk about vocabulary.
Then we'll have a little like a Q&A discussion about the vocabulary and about the story. And then we'll have like a vocab breakdown. Yeah. It's super useful. Anyway.
很好玩的
17 minutes of, doing that kind of stuff. So that's it. And also obviously Mandaboo hopefully is going to be updated very, very soon as well. But keep playing Mandaboo. Mandaboo, go and download it. It's great for your speaking and listening. Mandaboo is available Mandaboo.
没错
Any store you like, go and check it out. Have a play, upload some boos, like make some, use your Zhongwen, use the cards that we give you. We give you words when you create a boo. Go try it, use your language, create some and impress us. We're going to do another competition very, very soon. And we know what the prize is going to be. I know what the prize is going to be. It's going to be 6 months pro subscription to Mandaboo. So you can get access to all of those to over 250 native speaking teachers who are doing boos.
Wow, 对，你会听到他们很多人就给我们的 feedback 就是说我听老师的好难哦
Yeah.
所以如果你可以就是你知道把这个挑战性 take the challenge 然后试试看能不能够猜到对的一个答案那如果你猜对了这就是你今天的 win-win 你的赢今天是你的赢对啊
Okay.
win-win
So anyway, so thank you very much. I don't know what I'm thanking, but thank you very much for all the hard work from Julie, Darian, Alex as well, for helping getting those apps ready to rock and Roel.
Yeah.
Roel. So we had Nancy on last week.
是
Nancy Hu.
是
Who? Nancy Hu, yeah. And who is
Doctor Who.
A Ya'i. 她是 Ya'i. So actually she's literally Doctor Who, which I loved.
Ya'i Who? You love 牙医是不是？
我希望因为我要问他很多的问题，
牙齿的问题。
对啊，
为什么你对牙齿这么有兴趣
？I mean, I'm not like obsessed with them, but I just have you ever spoken to? The only time I ever talk to one is with my mouth open, looking up at them, up their nose.
对。
Okay. Sorry, that hurt? What is that? Yeah, you've got holes everywhere. Oh, okay. Can you fix that? Yes, but I have to pull out all of them. Oh
no.
Okay. you know what I mean? But I don't ever get to like speak to one in a conversation. So Nancy was the closest we got, but we didn't talk about 牙齿。
我有一个 uncle dentist， 但是他不是真的我的 uncle， 他不是 like blood relationship 的 uncle， 就是我从
家人的朋友，
不是，就是我从大概5岁6岁就是认识这个牙医，然后一直长大到17、18岁，我都还是同一个牙医看。就是他就是我的牙医这样，所以我们都会聊啊，就是从以前我从去哪一个 elementary school， 去哪一个国中，去哪一个高中，然后大学我要出去了，我要搬出去了 ，I'm gonna move out，这样，所以他等于是来都知道我的 childhood 的故事，然后我妈妈也会跟他讲 like what happened to me， 你知道，就是 like。妈妈的 conversation with dentist， 所以他都知道我的事情，所以那时候我就觉得他就是一个 uncle。
那现在的牙医是几岁？
很老了，大概60几岁了。
是了吗？
没有啦，
我不知道，
他还是有在我们家妈妈附近家开牙医，很近啊。以前我常常去买。
现在80岁吗？
没有60岁，60、70。
So maybe he's still doing it。
对啊，常常看到他，就常常看到在 7-Eleven 去买东西啊，或者是在路上去买东西，这样就会觉得他这是一个 uncle。
不信买那个糖果，他会说吗？
他会给我糖果
well, because he wants the business. He wants to get you back.
对，那时候我还记得他就是喜欢，就是说你好棒哦。If I want to like pull my teeth out or something，他就说你好棒哦，来这里有个 box of erasers， 你可以选。然后我就很喜欢去那边选我的橡皮擦，然后或者是他也会给我糖果，但是是那种就是 vitamin 的什么 vitamin gummy bear 的东西，对，他就也会给我糖果，
就是汉堡，
对，
汉堡，但是汉堡就是汉堡，对，好棒啊！
所以那时候我就觉得说，我有一个很像叔叔的牙医，很像 uncle 的牙医
，yeah, very friendly sort of thing, like family doctor. I don't know why， 我不知道我会问他什么 ，but I definitely want to talk to her about teeth. And she smiles a lot, which is good, which she should because she's a dentist. If you're a very grumpy dentist, I don't want to talk to you. I feel like one of the questions I did want to ask her in dentistry, and I know obviously because Nancy listens, so I'm sure she'll have an opinion. But maybe if other dentists watch, I don't know.
You have an online appointment with Nancy.
Nancy, yeah. No. Hi, how? I wanted to ask her like a couple of questions, like does she have any like Zhongwen speaking
朋友吗
？Clients. Does she like I suppose they'd be patients, wouldn't they, instead of 客人？
对，病人
嘛 ，but they're not.
他们也没有
sick，
但是他们是需要牙齿上的帮助，也算啦。他们会说是病人。
They say 病人。
对啊，他们会说病人。
很有趣。
但是客人很奇怪，因为你不是来跟他买东西，
It's not like you're buying a phone or something.
对，我们说来之后就说你可以给我一颗牙齿吗？然后我给你50块钱。这不是一个 trade，
right? That's why I was stuck in them because I was like because when she has like Zhongwen speaking, because I think 病人 but no, they're not sick though. They're just going to get their teeth.
就他们还是有问题，所以他们会去看。
I suppose maybe
病人
you could call that being sick, right? There's a problem with their body, so they're 病人. Okay. Ask about Zhongwen speaking 病人 and if 如果他 Nancy 跟他们会用中文 during the process, the drilling. 所以你从哪里来？ What? You're from the jungle? You're from Panama? What? Jungle? Oh, okay.
对啊，为什么牙医都会想要跟他们说话，问我问题？我就
他们拿东西在你的嘴巴里，对
啊。他说你在哪？我的牙医他就说，那个外国人是你老公哦。然后对啊，他是我老公。然后说那他从哪里来？他从英国啊。
对啊，
Stop asking me questions. 你就帮我修理我的牙齿就好了。
That's how I feel the same way with 剪头发。 in a hairdressing situation.
可是那个状况是来我需要我的嘴巴说话，但是你又要我来the whole time， 然后 fixing my mouth while asking me questions， 这很难欸，这是一个技巧欸。对啊，I
feel like Nancy might be chatty though. Maybe not. Maybe not. But I mean, that's fine. But she smiles a lot. So that's a nice thing to be when you're a dentist, right? Because there's a lot of fear when going into the dentist, no? Like my sister just poos herself every time she gets anywhere near a dentist. So, well, she's scared of everything though, to be fair. So, but you know, I wanted to ask her about that, about fears. That's another question. Also
fear?
About people being scared of the dentist, you know, like of injections, of drills, of pain, of that kind of thing. Like how does she overcome doing that kind of stuff? But also I feel this, right? I went to a dentist once, an NHS dentist, and he wasn't very good, right? He had to, right. So I remember this is很痛 because because I had to have a filling or whatever it was, a filling, right? And you know, they have to drill out the cavity or whatever it is, and then they fill the hole, right? But they had to inject me first, of course, right? But he did this, right? He stuck the injection in, which felt like quite thick because it was the bottom at the bottom. So I don't know if anyway, he stuck it in. It seems to hurt more at the bottom for some reason. Maybe it must be more nerves are in the bottom jaw. Yeah, than in the top.
我觉得都一样欸。
真的, anyway, he did the bottom and he went, oops, and then took the thing out and then put it back in again. So that's why I just always remember what's happened because he stuck it in there and oops. So it hurt. Oops. And then took it out and then put it in again somewhere else, like a slightly different place, and then injected. And I was like, so he stabbed me twice to get the injection.
I love how he just said, oops.
Yeah, just the way someone was out, because it's like, okay, now I'm worried now. You're supposed to be like a professional. And he said, oops. Don't say oops when you're in my mouth. You know what I mean? With tools.
他是英国人吗
？Well, yeah, 他是英国人。
这是幽默吗？
No.
这是英国人的幽默吗？
No. It wasn't banter. No. Because you can't do that when you're doing an operation. Do you know what I mean? Like a procedure. You have to be professional. You can't say oops.
Yeah, 我懂那种感觉。如果我是 like having baby， 然后having C-section， 然后医生就 oops。Like, what did you do? 你干嘛？你为什么要说 oops?
Nurse, stitch that one up. That was a boo-boo. We just made a boo-boo. We'll try again. Nope.
Try again.
No, again. Let's try over this side.
好可怕哦！可是这真的很痛欸。
很痛. So he did it, right? So anyway, he did it, and the whole procedure hurt like hell. You know what I mean? Because it was, you know, he was drilling my face, and after the oops incident, so it hurt. You know, he was drilling too hard, and I had a few moments where I was like, Now. Then he was free because it's NHS, right? 他是免费的。然后我找到 like a private 很好的牙医。Private one. I took you to actually, yeah?
Yeah.
Now she did it. Now when she did a filling for me. When she did it.
没事，不痛。
It was great. Straightforward. I mean, obviously the premises were much nicer as well. I mean, because it was private, so her own clinic. So I sat down in a really lovely chair, had a TV up there, I was watching TV. She didn't talk to me. She was just busy doing her thing. There was pictures of cats on posters that were saying, "Hang on, you can do it. Be in, you know, all this guy, or whatever." And but it didn't hurt. And I said to her, "What's the difference? I mean, it's the same kind of procedure, but you didn't say oops, and it didn't hurt." And she was talking about, well, good dentists have, it's about dexterity. It's about how good you are with your hands.
所以在 NHS 的医生可能他们的手都不太好。
He wasn't very good.
所以他很 shaky 这样就 oops.
Yeah, because she was saying that the majority of procedures in your mouth should not hurt.
哦，真的吗？
They shouldn't hurt. And if you're a good dentist, they won't hurt.
所以 even 是打那个麻醉剂也不会痛。
Well, I mean, I'm assuming. Well,
会吧
I'm assuming they can put on like numbing gel and then inject you. I'm assuming there's going to be
or spray or something.
I think she meant during the procedure, like, you know, I think the injection is going to hurt because you're putting it onto
对啊，
没有麻醉剂，你会加麻醉剂，
一定会，
或打麻醉剂。So she said if they're good, they have the dexterity, it won't hurt.
他们当然好啊，如果他们不好，然后又很贵，那谁要去？对不对？
Well, 有名人。
那可是他们如果技术不好的话，有名人也不想去啊。
Well, I'm convinced that, I mean, as I say, Nancy can tell us because she lives in LA, right? And another question I wanted to ask her is about that, about the dexterity, about will it hurt?
私人的 private 的 dentist 跟 like 公立政府的 dentist
对政府的
有什么不一样
Right, yeah, what's the difference? And also about 有名人 because it seems to me that a lot of them just have fake teeth.
因为他们有钱啊。
Yeah, no, I understand why that. I know monetarily, I understand like 为什么 financially.
对。
他们的经济是很好。But all fake teeth. What kind of problems does that come with? You can't eat apples? Like you can't.
你说全部都假的吗？
全部是。
怎么可能？
Like they literally have like all of the, I don't know if the back ones, but like certainly all of the front ones, veneers are fake. Like they're all straight, perfectly white, and they don't die.
你确定他们都是假牙？
A lot of them have very, very fake face.
真的啊？我觉得如果可能是因为他们有很多像那种 whitening teeth 的 service.
Yeah, that's the thing, yeah.
这有可能是因为为什么他们的牙齿是这么漂亮这么白，然后他们还可以戴那个 brace 牙套，所以 maybe 这就是为什么他们牙齿这么漂亮。所以但是如果全部都是假的，那他们就是不能吃苹果啊，他们不能吃
right?
对，他们不能吃很硬的东西，像
like bite something off.
像我妈妈上面就有5颗是假牙上面，然后她就说她不能吃苹果，不然的话你就会把苹果切得很 like thin 很薄的那种苹果，那可以吃，但是不可以啃。
But you kind of have to put it immediately to the back of your mouth so you don't,
对 like even you can't just the whole apple，就是你不能咬整个苹果这样。对，她就不能吃硬的东西啊。
You can't.
对啊。
That's the thing. So and that's another question I wanted to ask her is about that kind of stuff. Like, well, how does that work in your life if you can't?
对啊。
But I mean, yeah. Would you get a full fake situation if you could afford it?
Not fake. 如果我的牙齿不需要，就是如果我的牙齿没有很烂，不需要是装假牙的话，我不会有 fake teeth。但是我会希望可以去 whitening， 把它变得很白，弄得很白，或是戴那个牙套。
对你的牙齿不好，你知道吗？
我不知道。为什么不好？
Because they don't they, and another question we need to ask her, doesn't it rub off a layer of enamel to make it more white?
不知道反正我就是想要牙齿看起来很白，然后我想要戴那个牙套，那个 teeth brace，我想。可是听说要戴那个牙套需要拔牙齿，因为你要把一些比较，因为牙齿我不知道怎么用 teeth brace， 但是我听说啦，有些人他们会需要把牙齿拿掉。这样
我不知道，那他们是要放那个东西在你的嘴巴里，对不对？
对啊，可是如果可能我的牙齿没有这么的，我的牙齿还算 tidy，but just not even. The high is not even. 但是有些人可能牙齿一个在前面，一个在后面，一个前面，一个后面，就是他们是不一样的位置，然后一定要把前面的牙齿拔掉，然后把后面的 push forward。就是他们有这些 procedure， 就是听起来很痛。对啊。
Yeah, but the one you had makes my bum cringe.
哪一个？
那个
假牙。
It makes my bum go.
为什么
？Thinking about what they had to do to put it in.
没有，他们就是把它就是你知道 shave my
tooth. Yeah, that's what makes my bum go.
不会痛
Yeah, it's actually that dentist though was very good. See, that dentist that we had in Taiwan, that one near our house or whatever, was good.
因为我那个牙齿它是没有那个神经，没有 nerve，所以 is that why?
It was dead anyway.
对啊
Yeah, maybe that didn't hurt. That was why.
所以他就可以把我牙齿就是把它 shave 到非常的小，好小哦。然后那时候我就晚上常常做梦 ，I dreamed， 就是我的牙齿掉了，然后我就一颗 tiny 牙齿在我的嘴巴里面，我就好可怕哦！我要赶快去把牙齿再装回去，这样。我常常做梦。
This is interesting. Well, it's supposed to mean that you come into money if you dream about your teeth falling out. It's supposed to mean you're supposed to get money.
我梦过好几次，但是也没有钱进来啊。
Yeah, I didn't really, did it? I tell you
骗人的。
One thing I would do, 手术一个手术 I would do 如果我们有钱 is laser eye surgery.
Oh.
But it's like £3,000 or something.
而且你会看起来很像奇怪的人，就是你在 office 在办公室里面，你在家你都要戴眼镜，戴那个太阳眼镜。
Yeah.
对不对？
Yeah.
你要保护你的眼睛。
Yeah, but it's only for a couple of days.
2个礼拜。
Nah, you don't have to wear it for 2 weeks.
我朋友是
I think it's only for a few days. I think you can do that. But still,
想要。
If honestly, I would get laser eye surgery.
可是你还是会看电脑啊，你还是会读书啊，对不对？因为如果你去做那个雷射眼睛的话，然后你又常常在电脑前面看电脑，你的眼睛还是会坏掉啊。是外包的，对不对？对吧？这是我的 logic.
Yeah, at some point they would again, but I mean, glasses annoy me.
我也是啊。
They annoy me. Yeah, but you need it too.
No, 我不要，我不要浪费钱，因为我们的工作就是在电脑上，我们工作就是要一直看东西，所以你的眼睛一定会又变不好。这是我自己的想法。
It would get worse. At some point for sure as you get older. But I think, for the next 10 years you'd be alright.
但是如果今天 if I was a 瑜伽老师，yeah, just give me money and then 然后我会去做雷射手术。雷射手术。但是因为我是老师，我是要在电脑前面教学生，要在电脑前面看很多电脑上的东西，所以这是其实对你的眼睛的 damage 是很大的，是很严重的。对啊，我要上课了。
Not yet, you don't.
我要走了。
What time? Oh my god, you got 10 minutes. So we have like 5分钟吗？
没有，我现在要走了。
Oh no, it's 37。
对啊，今天我们广播很短。
All right.
对啊。
That's a sad time.
有点难，有点短，对不对？
It is a bit short, isn't it? Like
even
maybe you should come back
not
after the lesson.
Not even 40 minutes.
Should you have 一个吗？
对啊，那两个，我有2个课。
What time do you finish?
2点。
So maybe after?
好啊。
We could leave it here and then pick it back up after your lesson.
好啊。
要吗？
可以啊。
I mean, then another 25 minutes. All right, we'll do that.
好。
Just for you guys. We'll do that.
那现在我要去上课咯。我们就待会见咯。
All right, we'll be back. For you, it'll be instant, right? For audio listeners, it'll be instant. We'll be back in just a minute. But for us, time would have passed.
Yeah.
All right, and we'll come back with some different stories. All right.
好，等一下见，拜拜。
And we're back.
欢迎回来。
But for you who's listening and you who's watching, well, actually, no, you who's listening, it just cut back in.
对。
And no time has passed. But for us, a whole day has passed because we were supposed to come back. What happened?
我去上课了。
Oh, yeah. And you had more classes than you thought.
对啊。
So you had like 3个小时，对不对？3
个小时。
And then by the time you finished, we had to go and pick up Kyrie and there was no time.
对啊，没时间。所以今天是我们的星期五。
Yep. So today is Friday. Little Maxie is asleep. But for the YouTube people as well, you would have seen that cut. Unless I was just super smooth about it. Are you wearing different clothes? 对。Oh, okay. In that case, there's nothing. I can't do anything about that.
因为觉得，怎么他穿黑色的衣服？现在
I can't do that.
因为我换衣服了。
Yeah. So yesterday, one thing we haven't talked about for a little while is what we've been watching.
我们看哪一个
Snowpiercer.
你说晚上吗？对。
Well, yeah. Just, I mean, when the time allows us to do so, we have a little watch.
对。
And we've been watching Snowpiercer, right? But not the movie, the TV show.
对它有电影啊。
Yeah, there's a movie as well. Yeah,
okay.
yeah, starring Chris Evans, who's Captain America.
And 他是导演。
Yeah. No. What? No, it stars him. 他是演员。And he's the
他在电影里面是演员。
Yeah, he's the guy. He's the what's his name? Andre character, I think.
What? 真的
I think.
差好多。
I haven't seen the movie though. Because I watched because I quite like the TV show. 等我一下。Do you like the TV show?
喜欢。 其实一刚开始我们在看 Season 1第1季的时候，我觉得有一点点的 lagging， 就是他们是很 dragging 的 story， 就是故事没有这么的精彩。然后我们在找我们喜欢的 TV series 的时候，其实有 some TV series are like that， 就是前面比较无聊，然后后来慢慢的就越来越有趣，越来越精彩。对，所以 Snowpiercer 是一样，就是前面会觉得说你们在干嘛，然后就我不懂你们在做什么这样，但是后来会觉得这个感觉跟这个状况如果真的发生在 real world 会很有趣耶，就是很不一样耶，当然不是说好玩啦，不会是 fun time， 但是就是一个很不一样的 topic， 很不一样的主题。
Yeah.
对对对，没有看过。
Yeah, the story is interesting, isn't it? Like that. And so for you, those of you who haven't seen the Snowpiercer, no spoilers, but something happened, and the Earth froze over, and the only thing that was sort of left of civilization after the snow came was a train. Like a perpetual motion train that never runs out of fuel for whatever reason they never explain. Or maybe they did and I didn't listen. But the train goes on forever and it keeps going around around the world in a big circle constantly, right? And there's like 3,000 people or whatever there is left on Earth, and they all live on this train. And it's about relationships and classes and all this kind of stuff on the train, right? But it was interesting because the first season was quite good, and the second was good, and we were just like into it, weren't we? It was like we were invested. And then, but then it obviously they had to go away and make the third one, but then COVID must have slowed them down, all this kind of whatever.
对啊，我们等了还蛮久的。
So we waited a long time, so I kind of lost the story of it and lost the rhythm of it. And when we got into 3, I was like, I don't know what's going on anymore. I was just lost a bit.
对啊，就是没有那个我们说的连贯性的 connection， 就是说来第2季的最后怎么了？然后也忘记了。我们应该要去看的啦。We should have like gone back and watch it again.
Yeah, probably.
对，但是反正我是觉得还蛮好玩的，就是这是一个很不一样的想法。就是我还没有看过一个电影或是一个电视剧，他们是用这样子的故事来告诉大家的 humility， 就是告诉大家人性有多么的可怕。对啊，就是我觉得是一个很有趣的主题。
对啊，对。And there's that one character who speaks Zhongwen.
壮男 the big guy, strong guy,
strong boy or something.
Strong boy. 对啊。
And for some reason he got hit on the head or something. He woke up speaking Zhongwen.
I didn't get that part. 我觉得那个
That's like season 1 or something.
我觉得那个好 confused， 就是很 confusing， 就是为什么他被打了一下头之后醒来就马上说中文 like what's the point， 为什么
I've heard that before, you know, that phenomenon where somebody gets like hit on the head or they have some kind of traumatic thing and they wake up speaking a different language.
没听过。
I 不相信。
你不相信？
No, because the thing is like it doesn't matter if you were born and raised in Kansas doing Kansas stuff and then you got hit on the head, never having been exposed to some 我不知道语言中文 and then you got hit on the head, nothing, it doesn't matter what kind of trauma you have, you don't have the words in your head to suddenly speak another like a language you've never heard before. Do you know what I mean?
就你要学，你还是要学。
It doesn't magically have, all of the Zhongwen language doesn't magically appear in your head. It has to come from somewhere.
对。
Right. And even maybe if you were addicted to Zhongwen movies or something and you watched them all the time, you were just obsessed with it and the music, and then you got hit in the head, after years, maybe there's a possibility where your language will get jumbled up and it somehow puts together Zhongwen as your mother tongue or something.
就是开窍的意思啦。
Yeah.
开窍。我记得我那时候好像也有跟大家 share 一个故事，就是我以前的数学 my maths 真的很不好，但是到了 junior high school 不知道为什么，因为我也还很小，我不知道是什么 point 让我在 junior high school 的时候，我的数学就突然变得非常的好。就我不知道那个 point 是什么。It's not because of the teachers， 因为我记得他们都不太好，因为他们都很凶 ，very mean, very strict，所以不会是因为老师很棒，不会。但是我就是不知道为什么那个 point 就是感觉是灵光一现，突然开窍，你的脑袋就是有办法 to accept all the math information。但是那个 point 是什么，我也不知道，我忘记了。然后我妈妈就说你怎么了？为什么你的数学可以从 30% 然后 up to 90%？ 在这个
cheating
我没有，不可能 cheat。对啊，那有很大的惩罚，就是他们会就是叫妈妈来啊 if you cheated，他们会叫妈妈来啊，然后 I would be in big trouble。反正就是对，我是不知道那个 point 是什么，但是我的数学就是从很不好，然后突然一个 summer vacation， 我的数学就变得来非常的好。我不懂。
那现在？
不知道什么，现在好烂哦。现在没有很烂了，现在就是有妈妈脑。Mommy brain.
So, I mean, it's interesting because you say that actually makes me think about subjects when you go through school.
对啊。
Like you're pressured by the system to be good at all of them. To be good at everything, right?
对。
Whereas if you're a human, actually you're really just going to like the things that you like. And then the things that you don't like, you find like 很无聊。
对，而且会很挫败。
Then you're not going to listen to 那个老师，他是很无聊。So do you know what I mean? So if she's, I mean, you know, for example, what was, I don't know, mine was French. One of them was French. 很无聊，我不管。So I got to that class and the teacher was 很爽, like, you know, the same kind of thing.
很凶。
And was, you know, and I thought, I don't like this. And it might have been because the teacher wasn't particularly fun, or she didn't make it very exciting. It was very textbook.
对。
You know, un, deux, trois, and I was like, nah, my brain was like, nope, I'm not going to, you know what I mean? You switch off. And then my French was bad as hell by the end of it, kind of thing. So you maybe, I don't know what the point is though. I know what you're saying. Like there's a point where something clicks
对
with everything.
对。
Oh,
就是
that makes sense now.
对，就是没有这么的难。
Yeah. I don't know what that point is.
我也不知道。
And maybe it's it's obviously something in your brain where you've done it enough times where it's like, okay, I got this now. Like, oh, I can do this easier now because the connection's made again and again and again. Like we're talking about your he, she problem.
对啊。好烦哦。
About, you know, and my 解释时间关系习惯 type 问题.
Yeah.
And it's about repetition, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, 但是我的 he, she 就是没有办法，因为我已经讲 he 跟 she 是你每天都要说的吧。
Yeah.
Right? 它不是一个 like a rare topic， 而是一个非常简单的 point， 非常简单的字，你每天都要说的。但是我的脑袋就是会 confuse。
Yeah.
因为 to me like 如果我看文章什么的 he, she， 我写文章 even I write， 我的 he, she 没有问题。但是当我在说的时候，我就是会 confuse 2个字，就是我大脑的问题，它就是没有办法去 process。那也是因为中文的 he, she 就是他跟他，所以我已经非常非常非常习惯就是说他就是一个字一样的字。然后那时候我还记得我们就是 our firstborn Kyrie， 她是女生，所以我很常跟你说 she 怎么样 she 怎么样，她今天怎么样。对，我很常讲 she 这个字。所以到我们有 Mason 第2个孩子是男生，我要讲 he 的时候，我没有办法去 change 那个 subject， 就是我的 subject 还是会 stick with she 怎么样。但是 I was talking about Mason， 我是在讲 he， 就是我的 he she 的问题，我自己也是 like， 我也是很 annoying， 就是觉得说为什么就是为什么我就是没有办法好好的说 he跟好好的说 she 这个问题。对啊。
Well, I don't know what you're connecting in your mind with it. Obviously, there's something there that's confusing the two. Maybe you're not connecting the images. They're not totally separate to you in your head still. And it's been a while.
对啊。
So I don't know. But I mean, how do you solve that problem? How do you solve that? How does one solve the he, she problem? I don't know. Unless you just repeat every time you see a man, woman, boy, girl, you say he, she, and just get really good at identifying it. But then when you don't see them, when you're in free conversation and you're talking about something that doesn't exist, and just the way someone was suggested, 你可以 like share like a speech or something around 练习的这个 he, she, because you can't see them. So you're not saying he or she, like you're having a conversation with Jie. You were talking about Kyrie and Mason. You couldn't see them. So there's no visual clue for you to go she. You just have to think in your head, which one is it? He or she. So
这个好难哦，这个一定也有什么 psycho reason 在里面，只是说我真的是找不到。就是但是我觉得就是我可能讲话太快，然后你会 like ignore the subject， 因为太简单，就是他们就是一个你不会去来 focus really just focus on the word， 但是你会去想说我要怎么说这个 structure， 我要怎么说这个 vocabulary， 我要用什么字去说，所以然后我的脑袋要来 process 很快，然后再想到 next。 and meanwhile 你还要听人家讲话。
Yeah.
然后你的脑袋就是 like
and keep the flow going. Yeah.
对，然后你的脑袋就是听，然后想，然后 process， 然后再说，就是有很多的工作在，就是脑袋很忙啦。
Yeah.
所以你在脑袋很忙的时候，你就会很容易就是 make mistakes on the one that you really didn't pay attention to。我觉得这是我的问题，所以就是可能慢慢就是把我自己的讲话的 speed 再减慢一点。
You said slow down, yeah.
对，就 slow down， 然后就是好好的想我要讲的话。
Yeah, like think what you want to say.
对。
So this is the situation for any all of us 语言的学生。对不对？
对啊。
So I mean, we're all there. And it's not it may be nice to hear for other language learners that are listening now that you are also going through these problems that we all have. That we all have one way or the other. We all have these problems, and it's just a matter of practice.
真的
isn't it?
对。
Will you ever get it right? Yeah, of course you will. You just have to keep using it correctly, and then know that it was correct.
对。
Because like sometimes I do it a lot, like with Xiguan, and I did it the other day when we were in the cafe. And I said, you were saying like, you're asking me like, do you get these issues with this? And I was like, yeah, like for example, like 习惯关系, that kind of thing. It's like, 你要不要那个习惯 to drink your milkshake or whatever I said. And I got it right that time, but I paused because I was like, 你要不要那个习惯? And I was like, in my head, I was like, is that right? Did I get that right? Yeah, that's right, isn't it? And I was also waiting for your body language from your point to like affirm that, yeah, that's correct kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? And you did eventually. But that made the connection stronger for me in my head that was the correct thing I said because you acknowledged it. But then like, you're right. When you're speaking to Emily, she's not going to do that because she's not a language parent. And she's not a teacher. She's not trying to figure out what you're saying.
Tom 的姐姐 Emily.
Oh, sorry, Emily. I said what did you? She's not trying to figure out what you're saying. She's not searching for the meaning. She's just listening to you like, okay, so can you? And it's the same with me and your mum.
Take the meanings.
And me and your Jie. They will literally take the meaning. So when you say, oh, he was at school and wearing that dress, she'd think, what do you mean? Who's he?
Yeah.
Why was he wearing a dress?
Yeah.
And then you'll be like, what? Because in your head you would have said she probably, or maybe you thought until someone goes. Because do you know what I mean? Emily's not going to correct it, so she's just going to get the wrong idea. Sorry, I said what the Jie. She's just going to get the wrong idea of it.
对啊，所以那时候我就跟Tom 的姐姐 Emily 就是在讲话，在聊天的时候，她也是 like very confused by me. 然后
maybe I don't know.
我自己也没有，我一刚开始 like in the beginning I didn't really notice until like Tom 就是进来 get involved in our conversation， 然后他就说所以他的意思在讲 Kyrie， 他不是在讲 Maxi。I'm so confused. 然后我才 realize 说所以我在讲 he she 我在讲故事的时候我把 he she 给弄错了，我讲错了。对，是有一点点难过，会觉得很 upset， 就是为什么我没有办法好好的 把 he 跟 she 这两个字说到很好，但是你就是要去找方法，你要去找一个 methods, a way to fix this， 就是你不要一直觉得很难过，但是就是 try and fix it。
你不需要感觉很难过，你需要 like 注意力。那现在你知道这是你的任务，这是你的目标，所以你可以修理，对不对？你知道
会啦，会试试看啦。
那你不知道 like 怎么修理 but you can try. At least you identify the problem. Like a lot of people who hit walls, like you know, or plateaus, have this like they don't know what it is. Like, oh, I can't learn anymore. I don't know. I can't get any new words. I don't, you know what I mean? I've stopped learning. They can't identify what their problem is.
对啊。
At least you know, like the he she thing is a block.
对，没错。
And at least you can like Google like maybe like Google some exercises or figure out some ways to practice that specific thing. It's all practice, isn't it?
真的。
You just need to practice that dealing with that specific problem. So maybe talking to Emily and having more confusing conversations will help.
Maybe. 谁 help 谁帮他也不会是帮他啦，但是会帮我啦。
对，所以现在
你的意思是说帮我这样。
现在你真的 aware of 你的问题。
对。
So I think 下次你会试试 like 真 like 试试看 like get like 很错的sorry like 对的主子do you know what I mean?
应该会吧。
You'll try.
对啊。
See but like you know what I mean? Oh yeah, no, they're at school. She wore a dress.
Got yeah.
And Emily will look, and 我的姐姐 she will look really confused.
对，她会觉得我是神经，她会觉得我 I'm a psycho.
你是疯狂吗？ And you're like no.
对啊，我觉得就是你看到别人的 interaction 的不是 interaction 的 reaction， 其实也会 affect the way you speak. 就是如果他们会一直很困惑，然后一直在听你在讲什么，然后他们没有办法来 really catch 你在说的故事的话，你会很容易 being affected too. 就是你会觉得说哦，我讲的很不好，然后我的英文很不好，对，就是我现在在英国也有的 I'm still going through these like你知道 frustration， 我也是一样，我跟大家都一样，对，所以还有 accent 也是啊，大家的腔，像我在 Kyrie 的学校就有遇到一个非洲的妈妈，他们是来自非洲 from Africa， 然后他们以前住在伦敦，然后他的腔，他的英文的腔其实很重，就是对我来说我听到的跟我在我的 brain 里面 process 的字，他们有很大的 difference， 有很大的不一样。
应该他有一样的问题。The opposite way around， with 你的腔。
对啊，也是，对啊。所以我现在也还是在习惯，就是在英国有很多人有很不同的腔，对，所以我也不会觉得说哦，这个好难哦，我不要说话了，I'm not gonna speak。我觉得这也是一个很 like negative 的想法，就是你不能因为这样就不说中文，就是你还是要去 like 忘记那些 bad feeling，然后你去找一个你有办法能够去让自己再有更多的动力去讲中文，去练习中文，然后去 to motivate yourself， 我觉得这个很重要啦。
也很重要，我同意。And but you see, you're going to get a mix, and we've all had a mix of good and bad situations like that.
对。
Same with me in my orange juice situation.
对啊。
You and your he, she maybe, and others I'm sure that we've all had throughout our language learning careers. But you also have those amazing, like really motivational moments where you're speaking with a teacher and you know, you've been speaking Dongwon for the last 2 or 3 minutes and you look at your clock and you go, oh my God, I've actually been speaking Dongwon for the last, we're actually having a kind of basic conversation about something or whatever it is, or you ask for some eggs and milk or whatever at a shop and you're actually like, oh my God, actually someone understood me. There's amazing highs as well. Do you know what I mean? So, and I agree though, but it's I think it's a lot harder it's easier to forget the good and remember the bad. It's that one comment, I think, isn't it? It's the you do an amazing video and lots of people go, oh, that's cool, that's great, I know, well done, and this is awesome. And then one person goes, you're rubbish.
Yeah.
And you remember your rubbish comment versus all the amazing, you're great, this is amazing comments. Same with language, you have all these amazing moments where you're like, oh, they understand me and this person understands me. One person doesn't, and you're like,
对，你就是会很来，我也不知道为什么，反正我也是这样，就是很容易，大家都是，就是你很容易去 care too much about the one that they don't like you.
对啊，这是 the 老鼠屎 of the 语言 the world.
真的，它就是一个 mouse poo， 一个老鼠屎。对啊，可是怎么办呢？就是大家都是一样，那你就只能 like shut down 那个 door 那个门，然后让他们在外面就你去听那些比较能够可以 motivate you 的人。even 我要讲好了，就是 even 就是你在上课的时候，你用 Chinglish 讲话，你用 Chinglish 跟你的老师练习中文，这不是一个 bad thing， 是可以的。就是大家会太 focus on pure 中文，这是一个很大的 stress， 这是一个很大的压力，especially 中文跟英文是非常的不一样。但是你只是想要告诉别人，想要去 express 你的想法，你的 meaning。然后这个老师再来告诉你 Oh, the way you're looking for is 关系那你就觉得他听得懂我，然后他教会我这个字我觉得这是没有问题的啦。
Actually, interesting you say that because I hear you often listening to your podcast, like your Taiwan, the podcast and your shows and whatever. And I hear a lot of Chinglish in them. Surprisingly, when they're talking about something and then they'll go and they'll break it and go, it's really brave. And they go, and then they'll continue the conversation, then randomly come out with another few English. And it's less. I mean, obviously we know Chinglish works, so that's why we do what we do. But it also your brain. Lots of people attest to this. If you listen to your and Irene's Pure Mandarin episodes on the podcast app, which is coming out soon.
Yay.
Then your brain, you're going to be actively listening. Your brain's going to be like, after a while.
Too much.
Like, no. And then pause, go back, slow down, pause. What did she say? Go back. And then, as opposed to listening to this where it's easier you can get in the bath. You can have that slight relief, that the release, free, I don't know what to say, the freedom of listening. Do you know what I mean? Passive kind of listening.
Passive listening.
I only say that because you get that kind of life break, don't you, with some things? Do you ever get that? Do you ever get that with some podcasts that come out or any episodes that come out? You think, oh, nice, another one's come out. I can listen to that while I cook and have a little life break. Just get away from all the noise and the whatever. And at least I can just...
我听的一个我忘记他的名字了，但是我有 recommend 给Darian 就是他是一个 ABC 就是他是在加州 California 长大的一个台湾人，然后他当初在他的小的时候大概2岁3岁的时候就是跟阿嬷还有他的妈妈一起生活，所以他有很多的中文的 input 就是 purely 中文 input， 然后他们就到了加州搬家到加州去，他就在加州上学上到大概22岁所以他在这个 study stage 的时候他的所有 input 全部都是英文，但是他还是有中文 input 就是他在家还是跟妈妈还是跟妈妈就是用中文讲话这样子。对，我记得他名字叫 Melody然后他22岁就开始决定我要去哪里，我要在台湾还是我要在加州，我要在美国我要去哪里然后他就决定就是说 OK 我要去台湾试试看，我要去那边找工作我要去那边生活，因为这是我的文化对，我要回来试试看自己的生活。他就开始不断的，他也是有中文的 input 但是他没有说过，所以他的那时候到台湾去工作的时候他没有办法看中文，他的中文 speaking 是还好，但是他的 pronunciation 不太好，就是有很多的那种 ABC 的 accent然后他就去上课 然后她是一个 actress， 所以她需要看很多的 script， 要去演戏。
所以这样需要。
对，所以她就反而是到台湾工作的时候，就有很多很多的 input，也有很多很多的 output， 因为她是演员嘛，她是需要 to be actress in some kind of TV show, TV series， 所以她需要把她的美国的腔，再把它矫正 correct 更台湾腔一点。但是就是因为他的美国的腔，美国中文腔，让大家都很喜欢。
就是不一样，
对，很不一样，然后让他变得非常的有名。那他当然现在他就是中文也讲得非常的好，然后他也是一个 writer， 写了非常多的中文的书，然后我也都会听他的 podcast， 听他的看他的TV show talk show， 所以真的可以看到他中文真的是进步非常的多，但是他也会想要就是 add in some 英文 phrases， 因为毕竟这也是他的 mother tongue， 所以他就是 feel like 很 natural 就说出了一些英文的 phrases， 然后跟大家用这种 Chinglish 的方式聊天。所以我觉得在台湾也有这种 trend， 也是大家都会用英文会用中文，因为英文就是在台湾也是非常重要的一个 language，因为我们想要变成一个 bilingual country，所以他们把英文就是变得非常的重要，所以你在台湾讲 Chinglish 其实大家都很 OK， 大家不会觉得你很烦，大家不会觉得你很奇怪，就是越来越 popular.
Yeah, it's because it's becoming more westernized, isn't it?
Yeah.
But also, I think English is now an official language, the second official language or something in Taiwan, something like that. So it's going to be growing
huge
more and more. So Chinglish is going to be more widely spoken there as well. So
对，所以不用担心，就是你的中文不够好，不能去台湾。
是未来，
真的。
So come on, guys.
对啊。
But listen.We did it. This is going to be like another hour-long podcast on top of an already 40-minute podcast, right?
Yeah.
It's like starting afresh. Could talk forever. It's very interesting, though. It's very interesting. But we have to pack up.
How?
I've got to go and edit this. This should have been out yesterday. But we had other things, so I have to go and edit this and the video, and then do other stuff, life stuff.
没错。
As well.
没错。
So,we will be catching you on Monday.
星期一，对，下个礼拜一。好，
你需要告诉他们什么？
好，
你需要告诉他们什么？
我想要告诉他们就是 life is difficult， 没有啦，就是没有啦，就是你知道你可以的，然后
当然你可以的。
对 ，even though there are a lot of 很困难的事情，然后也有你现在没有办法 go through 的事情，但是一定的，它一定会 eventually work out.
Yeah.
一定会的。
In the end, it always works out.
对啊 ，Go to our website www.mandarinmonkey.com/lessons。你会看到所有的 private lesson, group lesson， 还有 intensive course， 还有 business Mandarin language， 是这样吗？
Business Mandarin course.
Yeah. Mandarin business course.
Yeah.
好。Okay.
have a look. Also, remember to go and try Mandaboo, our first ever app. It's a speaking listening game. Go and practice your speaking listening. Well done to Mandaboo, who made her first boo yesterday. Liked it. Got it right. First time. Great clues. Go and download it, Mandaboo, Mandaboo. Have a look for that. Also, keep your eyes and ears peeled for the Mandarin Monkey Podcast app, which should be coming out. If Apple let us, fingers crossed, early next week.
谢谢你收听，谢谢你收看，我们就下次见了，拜拜。
Bye, Ziz.